Hey, what's going on? Oh, I think you're muted.
What's up?
There we go. All good, all good. Where are you calling in from? Where in the world?
I'm calling from Utah
No,
in the United States. Where
absolutely.
you at?
I'm down in Miami. If you can't tell,
Okay.
appreciate you joining. I know we've been texting a little bit back and forth. Sent
Yeah.
over a few videos, resources, everything initially. Did you get a chance to look through those at all?
Yeah, I did.
Perfect. What'd you think of those? What'd you find to be helpful?
I thought it was great to know a little bit more about what this opportunity really entails.
Hmm.
Know a little bit more about AI copywriting and how the process works. That was comforting to
Good.
learn some of that stuff.
No, good stuff. And I mean, in terms of these calls, honestly, don't take all that long. Roughly like 45 minutes or so. Are you going to be good on like timing and everything?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, perfect. And just reading over the application too, I don't want anything to get lost in translation. But as far as copywriting the inner circle specifically, what's like the main goal or outcome you're looking for with something like this?
I'm looking to make money online. Um, just because one of my biggest dreams in life is to be able to travel the world.
Hmm.
And I want to be able to work while I'm traveling from anywhere with an internet connection.
Okay, absolutely. And when you say make money online, I'm sure Porter doesn't want a dollar or two. What's he actually want to be making per month?
Heck, I want to make at least 5 grand a month right now. Like I'm 21 years old. I'm currently working in the steel industry,
Okay.
which I'm just working as an employee. Low guy is pretty low on the totem pole,
Yeah.
and I'm making like 3 grand a month doing that.
Okay. How long you
And
been doing that for?
I've been doing it for a little over a year now.
A little over a year. Okay. And you seem on the younger side, like myself. Are you just working full time? You also in school full time or anything?
Yep, I'm working full time while I'm going to school full time, so it's a full plate.
Okay. What are you going to school for?
I'm studying finance.
Finance. Okay. And with that, what's like the long term goal there, if you have a plan?
Heck, so my thought when I started studying finance, I thought, okay, um, I first planned on becoming like a financial advisor.
Okay.
I wanted to help people with their own investments and life insurance, things like that.
Hmm.
But then I kind of wanted to turn it into something that would help me with my own investments,
For
like
sure.
being able to invest in a smart way and manage risk. And so I see that as a helpful thing, no matter which route I'm taking.
Hmm. Yeah. And I mean, it sounds like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's to transition from the work you do now, the 9 to 5 path completely, and go fully online as far as copywriting, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And I don't want to assume anything, as you know, most people obviously work the 9 to 5, go down that route. But what's kind of like the main motivation or reasoning is to breaking that cycle, like getting out of that path and the work you do now?
yeah. I can't see myself spending my whole life working to make somebody else rich.
Hmm.
I would rather be out on my own and making myself rich.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Like I look at
And
me, I see these guys are like 40, 50 years old,
mhm.
making the same money I'm making, and I don't want to end up in that.
Yeah,
In
why
that
not?
path.
Because I mean, most people settle for that.
Yeah, I don't want to settle. I don't want to be known as somebody who settles.
Hmm.
They never made a statue of a guy who settled for less than his best.
No,
And I think I'm
that's
capable of doing way more.
yeah, 100%. And I mean, with that too, more so specifically from like the work you do now, what's kind of like your main motivation to stepping away from that specifically, rather than like the 9 to 5 in general?
Uh-huh. I'm wanting to have that freedom. I want to have financial freedom. I want to be comfortable financially.
Hmm.
I don't want I don't want finances to be my main worry all the time. I want to be able to worry about other things,
Yeah,
to serve others, help my family,
yeah.
and give back.
Hmm. And I
And
mean, you
money all the
mentioned,
time.
yeah, you mentioned 3K would allow us to obviously step away, right? That's typically one, maybe two clients, right? But with the bigger goals we have as far as providing for our family, traveling, what's the longer term goal? What do we actually want to be making per month?
Heck, I want to be making only making 6 figures a year,
Hmm.
which I guess that would give me like 10, 12 grand a month. And I think, from what I've learned of this, I guess what I could possibly do is start out with just doing it part time,
Hmm.
until I get to the point where I can quit my job and start doing this full time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, that's what most people come into this doing. Now, do some people drop out of school, quit their job right away? Yes. Do I recommend it? Probably not. Until you obviously get to that point as to which you can transition. But as far as like having these goals, knowing that, how long have we felt like the 9 to 5 route's not going to provide us with that? Or we wanted to step away in general for the time and financial freedom for ourselves?
Yeah, it kind of hit me just maybe about 3 weeks ago. I was at a store and I met this guy. We just sparked up a conversation, and he's an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
And he, during his time in college, he had built and sold 2 businesses of his own and was working on his third business. And this guy, he's kind of taken me under his wing a little bit. And he's just like, you got to create something for yourself.
Hmm.
And since then, he's kind of been able to open my eyes, and I've seen like how we've been brought up to how we're raised. Like my parents always taught me, they're like,
Yeah.
get good grades, go to school, get a steady, secure job. And like, I don't want that. I
I
want
was the same way. It was like go to school, get the 9 to 5, invest in the 401k. I was
yeah,
like, fuck that. Excuse my language. But I was like, that's not the life I ultimately want to live. I'm sure your parents obviously have the best intentions for you, want the
for
best,
sure.
but that typically comes from like the comfort side of things, right?
Uh-huh.
Knowing that's the path that most people do traditionally go on. And you mentioned 3 weeks as far as feeling this way, right?
Yeah.
Um, 3 weeks ago, were we completely satisfied with the work, money we were making? We never had any of these bigger goals for ourselves?
I had bigger goals, but they were seen as a thing that I would just do down the road. Um, until I met this guy, I didn't realize that I can start now.
Mm-hmm. How long have we
I,
had
s-
those goals for ourselves in general for?
well, I figured the path that I was planning to take, like, I wasn't thinking that far down the road. I was thinking just for right now, which is just make enough money to get through college
Mm-hmm.
and graduate.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my only goals. And then after that, it was wherever the wind takes me. But now I realize I can take my future into my own hands right now. And
Yeah.
that's what I want to do.
No, absolutely. And I'm always curious, right? What shifted, right? Obviously, through speaking
Yeah.
with him, he has his opinions, right? I'm sure Porter still has the goals for himself. What shifted more so like internally that has us wanting to step into that version of ourselves? The most fulfilled, living life on our own terms, and take that into our own account.
Yeah. I think what shifted is just the realization that it's actually possible
Hmm.
for me to do this.
Yeah.
If I start right now, I can make it happen
Hmm.
because I've seen it work in other people. Like before, the people who I surrounded myself with, they're like employees, small business owners. I've met a few successful people,
Yeah.
but nobody's really just been like, Porter, if you work hard and if you know what to do,
Hmm.
you can end up where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's what I've seen. I've seen it's possible now,
Yeah.
and I want it for myself. I have some pretty big goals and dreams, and I'm not going to settle for less than that.
Yeah, and when speaking with students, exactly to your point, there's always like an internal why, right? Is to them putting in the time, putting in the effort, having enough drive to actually make that become a reality, right? What's that for you? Even though it was only 3 weeks ago, right? Had some bigger goals for ourselves. Why do you feel now's the time where we make that commitment? Actually hold ourselves accountable and take the initiative to making those dreams, goals, aspirations of ours a reality.
Yeah, I think my why right now is reaching that potential that I'm given, that potential that I have. Um, like we talked about, not settling. I don't see myself as somebody who will settle for the easy route, the comfortable route. Um, and a big part of my why is my future family.
Yeah.
I want to be able to spend time with them and not be worried about money all the time.
Hmm.
I don't want to miss out on those important moments with them.
For sure. Because what happens? What happens if we do settle?
Then we just work 9 to 5 for the rest of our lives and hopefully retire with a good 401k and just get fat and old.
Is that the life we want to live for ourselves?
No, man.
Okay, because once we obviously push past that and we're making like, 10, 20K a month, providing for our future family the way we want to, we're out of the 9 to 5, have the time freedom to travel. What do you actually envision life looks like at that point for ourselves?
Life at that point, I think we're doing more of what God intended us to do. Um, we're taking matters into our own hands. I think a lot of time we end up letting people make decisions for us, whether that's our bosses, our managers,
Yeah.
other people who are higher up, people who give us loans, people who sell us stuff. And when we live like that, we live life on our own terms.
Hmm. Yeah. And I mean, just envisioning like stepping into those shoes, how much more empowering and fulfilling do you feel like that will actually feel for yourselves?
Dude, that'll be so life changing, man.
In what way?
Just knowing that you have that power, that you're not depending on somebody else, whether that's for a paycheck,
Hmm.
for some loan, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, because that's honestly like my favorite, most important question for everyone is like, at the end of the day, do you feel like we're ready to, put an end to settling? Like, make that full on commitment we need to step into the version of ourselves who has the full fulfillment, both time, financially, and makes that future life for himself a reality.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can obviously walk you through everything. Share my screen, show the ins and outs, A to Z process, how we help other students as well. Now, I'm not sure through some of the videos, the application, what you've seen from Mason thus far. The Inner Circle itself is one-on-one direct coaching, which I'll dive into like all the specifics, everything here in a second. Now,
Yeah.
with that, we do have many different options. The total cost of the Inner Circle would be 5K, and there's different ways to break that down as well. Now, is that something you have set aside at the moment?
Not right now, no.
No worries. We do have different options, different ways to break it down. I didn't have the 5K initially either when I got started. But with where you're currently at, how much would you say you do have set aside or working with just to break it down for you?
About 2,000.
Okay. And I was asked too, because the last thing I want to do is put anyone in any sort of like weird financial spot. With
Yeah.
the 2K, that's more specifically set aside to invest, not like the last 2,000 to our name, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that as well, just kind of looking at the application here, do you know what the rough credit score you have is off the top of your head?
I don't know. I know it's above 650, could be in the 700s. I haven't checked in a long time.
Okay. I guess just to get some foundation, do you have like a credit card? Do you have decent credit history?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I have a credit card, a car loan.
Okay. Because I was going to say, typically that's makes it simplistic. Because that's what I initially used to get started. It breaks it down on like the monthly end. So it's like 432 a month and only like 215, 220 initially. So many different options. Honestly, the easiest side of things. But I always like to give people a brief explanation as to what
Yeah.
AI copywriting is because I thought I knew what it was until Mason explained it to me the way he did. But I'm sure you've seen brands like Lululemon, Patagonia, Nike's the world out there who obviously generate millions, if not billions of dollars through marketing content. Now, the importance of it is a business is never just going to stop marketing, right? They always need to provide, promote more of their product services to their end customers. And that can be done in the form of any like front facing marketing, whether you think emails, ads, social media posts, blogs, scripts. I'm sure you get a ton of stuff in your inbox as well, all which is done by a copywriter. And there's about 36 million businesses out there, only about 5,000 copywriters. If you do the math, that's about 7,200 clients per copywriter, which would never humanly be possible. But if you're able to land 5 of those, typically you're already between the 15 to 20K plus months. So just understanding how to utilize that skill set to then obviously leverage that, take advantage of the market as a whole. Does that make sense? Like high level overview?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. And what I can do here is let me do this. I'll share my screen. Okay. Do this. Okay. So this should pop up on your end. Usually it takes a second or two here, but
Okay.
it should just say welcome to Copy MBA. Let's see. Perfect. Okay. Let me know when this pops up or if I need to zoom in or anything either.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so this is initial pillar within the inner circle. So think about it building up that skill set, laying the foundation for success with copywriting. Now, I won't go through every single one of these, but if you see something, have questions, ask away. So basically, search from square one, right? What is copywriting? Copywriting fundamentals. The market research, so identifying those specific clients and niches, whether it's local, online businesses you could be working with. How to write the copy, so emails, ads, webinars, sales pages, even writing for Twitter. How to do it creatively, professionally, ethically along these lines. Mason has some recordings of his in here too, so it shows the questions he asks, ways he presents himself when speaking with potential clients. We have some bonus content, so our accelerator here is some PDFs, templates, examples as far as cold email, cold outreach, as well as some sample copy, in addition to a first client playbook. Walking back as if Mason was brand new to copywriting, knew nothing about it, all the necessary steps he would take in order to land his first few clients, ultimately scaled to where he is now. So that could be finding leads on and off social media, sending and structuring those DMs, emails, a little bit more on the client acquisition side of things, right? As well as the aftermath. So properly getting paid, onboarding, fulfillment. We also have a case study within here from Kevin, who got to 40K a month working with us as well. Now, on top of all that, I know you mentioned generational wealth, freedom. So think about these. Usually when you do get to that 10 to 15K plus a month mark, so continuing to scale. Build your brand, leverage those higher paying clients, right? So a little bit deeper dive into the emails, webinars, ad side of things, crafting your offers, so specific pricing structure, components as to how and what you can offer for services, working with specific niches. Now that could be e-com brands, personal brands, agencies. I'm not sure if you recall from a few of the videos, but one of Mason's good buddies, Ben Bader, he shares his perspective throughout here too, as far as how he got started, landed his first few clients, ultimately scaled to where he's now. Currently does about 150K a month, working with about 8 clients. So breaks that down, a few coaching calls, as well as we implemented these AI modules. So a few of our coaches, including myself, doing anywhere between 30 and 70K a month currently, but how we leverage AI. So that could be navigating the market, identifying those specific clients and niches. That could be creating different outreach scripts, templates, variations there, as well as physically feeding and prompting the AI to write the copy for you, right? Make it more efficient, productive on your end, all while maintaining that deliverability. So when you do give that to clients, making them the most money, making the most money as well. As far as our outreach vault here, give some different frameworks, examples of how students and coaches, they landed their clients, right? So screenshots, videos of the initial outreach message, conversation flow, how they lock down those deals in terms of their end as well. But any questions with anything here? Does the video module section side of things make sense?
Yeah, is it all kind of in an order that makes sense?
Yes, so we typically structure it. We usually have people. Now, some people go out of order, but typically, kind of going through everything is it's pretty sequential as far as this leads to this will lead to this, all through application as well. Yep,
Yeah. Okay.
absolutely. So, in terms of that, we have a community as well. Now, are you familiar with Slack or Discord at all by chance?
Yeah, I've used Slack before.
Okay, so kind of both perspectives. I'll share some student wins as well as like the main layout, breakdown, everything too. But Colton, he's our youngest student. He joined a little over 9 months ago now. He landed his first 5 clients. He's 13 years old, so should be at middle school recess. But same thing with Hamza. He's 14. Sonia, she actually just landed Patagonia as one of her clients, which is pretty sick. But she's doing 50,000 a month now. Reese, $31,000 from a single client on that end. Sharon, she's a mom in her mid to upper 50s, 13K a month, about a $200,000 role here. Nicole, 9K deal here, working with the Seattle Seahawks, which is actually pretty sick. Corey, 3,500 on his end. Amanda, she actually just became one of our coaches 3 weeks ago now. She's doing 40K a month as well. Sweta, she's doing 10 to 12K a month right now from the middle of Pakistan with barely any Wi-Fi. So quite impressive to see the global presence on her end. A few of our coaches, which I'll dive into here in a minute. Joe, $1,000 win here. Dan, 10K deal on his end. Mace, as you can see, K, 2,500 here for a couple emails a week. So pretty simplistic along those lines. Daniel, 10K deal here, working with a e-com skincare brand. Evan, he's 18, quit his part-time 9 to 5, complete degenerate, but doing 12 to 13K a month at the moment. 5 to 10K a month client for on Drake. Sonia, who I mentioned, Nate, $15,000 a month client there. Dominic, 5,800, call it 9,600 on that end, as well as Andy, who joined us as January, 9,100, 7,700, almost $19,000 here. As far as the Discord, can you see like the general chat on my screen here?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is like the main layout, breakdown, everything. So the general chat, pretty self-explanatory, but just like the main portal, main hub, as far as common questions, go-tos, our mindset opportunities. I'll dive into those in a second. But then we have specific channels essentially geared towards the process as far as landing clients, right? Whether that's actual calls, website critique, copy critique, cold outreach within your two, breaking all those elements down as well. But any questions as far as like the wins or community portion? This still making sense?
Yeah, it's making sense. I guess I'm interested in just knowing like how long it usually takes for people to get kind of on their feet
Yeah.
after they join on.
So obviously, like anything, it depends on learning styles,
Yeah.
time, depending on specific goals, intentions, right? The way I break it down is realistically, if you are putting the work, following the process, there's no reason why you shouldn't be at 10 to 15K a month in 3 to 4 months, as well as land your first client, first couple clients in the first month or two. Because specifically, just outside of the video modules community, we have group coaching as well. We have group coaching every single day, Monday through Friday. One's with Mason, one's with his brother Griffin, doing about 70K a month. One's with Tommy, who knows in a few of the videos, doing about 40K a month. So specifically learning from copywriters who are in the position we're trying to get to, right?
Yeah.
No, those are divided up. Half of it's topic focused. So that could be reviewing students' copy, going over outreach, client acquisition, how to better leverage AI, as well as other F's Q&A, right? Able to ask your questions, get your answers. If you aren't able to make any of those, everything's dropped here in the coaching call recordings channel. So we have about 300 pre-recorded calls already, as well as Google Docs, Excel sheets, anything that was covered throughout here. Those are dropped in the community as well for you to go back, review, ask your questions from too, as well as you'll be personally assigned a one-on-one coach. So you're going to have a designated one-on-one coach for yourself. You're going to set up a call with one of them initially. After that, usually most students won't need 30 to 40 minutes with them. If you do, great. Otherwise, it's usually those one-off questions, right? Hey, got this response, how to respond here. Or send them a piece of sample copy, give me feedback, pros, cons. So not only do you have direct access 24/7 to your one-on-one coach, but any of the other coaches, including Mason, nothing gets left on red, nothing gets left undelivered. Here to provide you with the support you need, which kind of our third pillar of coaching, I think the most important part is we have accountability coaches, ensuring our students are on track, putting the work, making that progress so they are on the trajectory to achieving their goals. So they're going to have a call every Friday as well. Able to ask your copywriting questions, ask your mindset accountability questions. You're also going to set up time initially with one of the mindset coaches, basically building out like a step-by-step tailored blueprint as to how we'll get you to your specific goals of out of the 9 to 5, that time freedom to travel, as well as provide for a future family as well. But any questions with like the 3 different coaching pillars? Does that make sense there?
Yeah, so from what I understood, you got like the group coaching
Mm-hmm.
like twice a week, I think it was, and then you got
Every single
one
day, actually, Monday through
every
Friday.
day.
Yep.
Okay. So you got the group coaching and then one-on-one, and what was the other one?
Accountability coaching.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Cool.
So broken down across those 3 pillars there. Now you do all that, right? You go to the coaching calls, you meet with your one-on-one coach, go through the video content, do the outreach. You do all that, and for whatever reason you don't land a paying client in the first 4 months, we give your investment back. That's how Confware in our process. We know it works. We've clearly seen it work. If you do show up, put in the work, basically follow that blueprint the coaches give you, and you don't land a paying client in the first 4 months, we don't deserve your investment in the first place. Happily able to refund that. We've only had 1 refund all year.
Okay.
But any questions with anything I covered? Video course, community, coaching, lead gen, accountability. What questions you got?
Dude, I don't have any questions other than I'm just interested in hearing your story. Like, how did you start out, man?
So I actually joined coming up on 8 months now. I saw a reel on Instagram. I had no idea what copywriting was and joined the next day. Just because I saw the blueprint, the process as far as what I was doing. I was working corporate, which sucks, trust me. Making about 4 or 5K a month. So I wasn't making the money, obviously, in the office, drive to work 8 to 6 every single day. So I knew I wanted better for myself, knew I deserved better for myself, most importantly, to just create the life I ultimately wanted. So that's kind of how I initially got started, to be honest.
Yeah. Now you're living in Miami. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the coolest part is I've seen not only myself, but it's changed many people's life. Whether it's Amanda, who I mentioned, a 13-year-old kid who should be in middle school is making
Yeah.
5 to 10K a month. So obviously the process is clear and through. But I mean, the most important part, honestly, is like if you did come into this, like put in the time, put in the effort, utilize all the coaching, resources, guidance, everything, do you feel 100% confident this can work for you if you put in the work? Because that's the most important part.
Yeah. I feel confident, man, just from what you showed.
Hmm. Absolutely. And what about our process specifically makes you feel confident this can actually work for you?
Just knowing that there's going to be like a coach assigned to me, like somebody who is invested in seeing me succeed, that I'm not going to be on my own, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's a game changer.
No, for sure. And I mean, 100% confident on your end. Is the inner circle something you want to be a part?
Heck yeah, man.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. And in terms of like next steps, onboarding, enrollment, everything, now
Yeah.
you tell me what would work best for yourself because we have a few different options, as I mentioned.
Okay.
We could do like the 2K initially, kind of break up the rest as to however would work best for yourself. Or as we do have some monthly financing options that a lot of our students get started with as well to see if we get you approved. It breaks it up across like the bi-weekly, monthly side of things, as I mentioned. So it's only like 432 a month, and since it's bi-weekly, it's like 215, 220 initially if we are able to get you approved. What would work best for yourself?
The monthly option would work best for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can get that approved.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do that. And are you on your computer right now? Or are you on your phone?
Yeah. I'm on my computer.
Okay. Do you have your phone next to you, I guess?
I do.
Okay. Let me do this. I know we were texting, so I'll make it easy.
Yeah, we were.
Let's see. I'm going to send you the link for this. Okay. Usually this takes a second, but you should get that here in a sec. And
I got
then
it.
perfect. And then once you open that up, you click next and just enter all your information, everything. It's going to bring you right to that approval screen. So just let me know what that says for you. And then I can do the back end, onboarding, enrollment, everything. I apologize. How do you pronounce your last name?
Dab.
Dab.
DABB.
Okay.
Is how you
That's
spell
what I was
it.
going to say. I didn't know if it was Dab or Dab. So I was like, I
Yeah,
might as
yeah,
well just ask.
yeah. Okay, next.
And then once you kind of enter everything there, it's just going to bring you right to the approval screen for yourself on that end. So let me know what that says, and then I can do this. How long? You said you were out in Utah? No?
Yeah, Utah.
Okay. How long you been out there for?
I've been here since I was born, man.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
plan on staying there or moving somewhere?
Dude, the thing is, I love to ski. I'm a
Mm,
big skier, and Utah has some great snow. So
okay.
I don't know if I'll stay or not, but I still like I said, I want to travel. Um, I wouldn't mind living in. I spent a couple years living in Brazil,
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
and I loved it, man. I would love to go back, maybe even live there for a little while longer. It's a cool place.
Okay.
Did you
Nice.
start out in Miami or Florida?
So I've actually lived in Minnesota basically my entire life. I'm 24 now. I moved to Miami a little over 2 weeks ago, so relatively recently, actually.
Really?
So
Okay.
yeah,
Dang, man.
so you'll have to pull up.
Cool.
We actually have an event in Miami in like a month and a half. We had
Really?
one in Toronto back in what was it, June or July, I want to say. Like students, coaches, everybody pulled up, so it was pretty sick actually.
Dang, that is cool. Okay. Do they do those pretty frequently?
So typically try and do like 2 to 3 a year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I bet that's a good time, man. Do they have like
yeah, the
um
one in Toronto, there's like a dinner, there was like a mastermind part, there was like a jet ski and yacht day,
no
and
way.
then another dinner. Yeah, it was pretty sick. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
dang, man. Oh shoot.
So do this.
Okay, it looks like it got declined.
Okay, so I was gonna say sometimes that's just due to like the approval amount. Let me send you this. Usually, if we kind of break it up into two, that's why. But let me
Okay.
just send you a different link here. Let's see. Okay, I just sent you that. Let's see.
Okay, this one's 108 bi-weekly.
Yep, so we can kind of break it up into two, which makes it
Oh,
nice
okay,
too.
like two
So
halves, huh?
yeah, we can see if you get approved for that. Let's see. Then I'll send you this. Let's see. Excuse me.
Very good. Shoot.
Did that one get denied?
So that one got declined too.
Okay. I was gonna say it's probably just due to like the credit history along the. Do you have a credit
Yeah,
card?
I do.
Do you know what the like credit limit or availability is on that?
Like $500.
Okay, because I was gonna say that could potentially be why there, which
Yeah.
isn't an issue. So we do have some like in-house kind of financing as well that makes it pretty
Okay.
simplistic, feasible. Now what we could do, typically, to be honest, we don't go below 2,500, but I mean you're chill, I'm fine with it. We can do like the, you know, 2K initially, and then we can kind of break up the rest however you'd like. Like if you want to do like the 4 or 500 a month, whatever the option is, we could. Some students have landed a client commission check doing all at once. Some have broken it up 3, 4, 5 months. So we're pretty flexible, feasible along those lines. Is that cool?
Yeah, so how much would be initial?
So I know you mentioned 2K set aside, so we could do like 1,500 2K initially, and then we can kind of break up the rest as to whatever works best on your end. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do like 1,500
Mm-hmm.
initially. That would be good.
Yeah, I will. So this is going to be a way simplistic option. Let's see.
All right.
I'm just going to send you this. Um, okay. And then this one's basically just like a checkout page, as if you were shopping on like Amazon or Nike, whatever it is. Um, and then it should bring you to like it should just be like the card option. You can use debit, credit, whatever works for you. And then it should just bring you to like a WAP page. And then we should be good there. Let's see. How do you feel? You excited? You ready for everything?
Dude, I'm so pumped, man.
Hell
I
yeah.
just want to get started and like
I love it.
start making some money, bro.
Hell yeah. I love it.
Okay. Let's try this now.
Six dash.
All right. I think that's the single largest transaction I've ever made. It's worth it,
No,
man.
I love it. I love it.